It's windy. I don't mind though. I didn't know if I was actually going to go fishing today or not, you guys. So here we are. Got you on a different kind of um, um, tripod, which is a chesty tripod type deal, Bob, for the phone, so I can do the live stream without having to worry about a tripod. So here we are, getting ready to bait up some rods here, put them together, bait them up. You see, I wanted you guys to see from the start of my day, the first bait hitting the water, the first cast, and everything. So I decided to wait before I baited my hook. So it is another bait and wait kind of day. I broke off 2 fish yesterday. The later live stream, or the later day, later in the day, I did not live stream when I hooked the other fish. Basically, I was encouraged not to go live unless we're catching fish. So, and basically what happened after I walked Stay Fishy up to his car with his toting one of his um, carts to help him out. I got back, first cast bite, second cast bite, hook up, break off. That was the afternoon session of fishing. I didn't do any recording yesterday for whatever reason. What's wrong with me not doing any recording? But tomorrow we will definitely be doing some recording. We'll be shooting a video. I don't know if we're going to go to Ochiko yet or to Prime Res. I could throw a curveball at you guys all together and go fly fishing instead. I doubt that's going to happen because my hands just aren't there yet. But we're definitely going to do some fishing today, do some fishing tomorrow, and hopefully we are going to get some fish caught, you guys. So here we go. Get some bait, some dough bait out, some power bait. Some people call it dough bait, some people call it power bait. It's both. It's basically like dough. That's why they call it dough bait, not power bait. So we broke off a worm yesterday, and we broke off on a power bait as well. So unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. 20 in, one like. Come on, you guys. If there's 20 of you guys in, hit that like button, y'all. I know we're just getting started, and you guys ain't seen nothing yet, but hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and share, y'all. Let's do it. We're going to throw one out with corn power bait, one out with cheese. What's up, Jason? Jay? G-Man Fishing. Good luck today. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're going to start out with some corn on one rod, and then we're going to go with cheese on the other rod. And we're gonna do that. So today we don't have any worms, so we can't do a worm versus power bait challenge. So it's kind of the way it goes sometimes. I wish I could find my rod holders. I could, if I could find my rod holders, I could put them in the ground, but I can't seem to find my rod holders for whatever reason. All right, first cast going out, and I broke off. All right, well, let's get the other rod. Let's get the other rod set up. I don't know if my guides were frozen already or what, but something did not happen right, and I broke off on the cast. My bad. See, that's real to you, for you guys, real fishing for you guys. It's just like the way it goes sometimes is it don't go as planned. So I'm just kind of frustrated with that because I just retied yesterday after breaking off. I don't know what the issue is, but anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get re-rigged up, or get this one out there. I don't know. Things like that happen. All right, find the cheese dough bait. We're gonna throw the cheese on one and the so basically this mount is like this. Put it on my face, you're like, that's scary. Go to the other view, go to the other view. So we'll stay on that view most of the time, I think. All right, let's get dough bait on this one and get it thrown out there. Thrown out there. I'm not a guy that likes to hit the same spot more than once, but at a time, but it's the closest body of water right now to me. So, and I really wasn't sure if I was going fishing today or not. So I decided just to come here. I don't understand what you're saying there. Tab, ba, sua, however you say that. Glad you could join us today. Hopefully I'm not yelling too much in you guys' ears, because that camera is pretty close to my mouth. So, all right, let's try this again, and then we'll get re-rigged up and. All right, cheese dough bait is out, or power bait is out, and now we can get. Oh, excuse me, get that one re-rigged up. All right, that's what I'm looking for, right there. Let's see. I'm looking for something else too. That's what I'm looking for. Gonna rig them up a little bit different. See if that protects my knots a little bit more. So we're gonna use a double swivel setup this time. See if that protects the knot a little more. May not. And we're going to use a little bit different style weight too. Same weight, same size weight, but just a little bit different. So. I don't know why it broke off on the cast, but it did. Basically what it felt like was it got caught on something, and that's what caused the break. So it's irritating when it's cold out and you can't really, you have to, kind of irritating when it's cold out like this. African, thank you, appreciate that. So what we're going to do with this here is we're going to put that one on like that. We're going to do like a slip weight system here. Is how we're going to do it. I'm going to put one right there. We're going to take the other one and we're going to tie it directly to the braid like this. Crazy fishing, what's going on there? Thank you guys for joining us. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, and share, y'all. This trip I really didn't know I was going to take, but I decided to go ahead and come out today. Kind of one of those things, you know. You're not really sure what you're doing, and you know, all of a sudden you're just like, you know what, I'm going out. So here we are, trying to do some quality content for you guys. And first cast is a break off. Real bad break off. I've got my hand warmers today, y'all. I think it should pull tight now. There we go. Get our knife out here. We are going to do a Beyond Braid thing here at some point. And we are going to have a boot giveaway. We're going to give away a pair of boots at some point as well. So that'll be nice for you guys to be able to enter into win a pair of boots at some point. I think that would be cool for you guys. Get this unwrapped. Stop being a nuisance here. Just being a nuisance at this point. That's because my rod tip fell in the water too. So when I went to go set it down, just mishap after mishap so far this morning or this afternoon. Matthew, what's going on? At some point. So now we got to find our line. There it is right there. Contest is going to be our leader, you guys. I use 4-pound test for a lot of things: bass, bluegill, crappie, trout. So he can catch a variety of different size fish on 4-pound test. You don't have to go super heavy. We'll go 3 rounds, about 30 inches long or so. David, what's going on? A redneck planter. Oh, you're so funny. Going after some rainbow trout today, y'all. Rainbow trout. This time of year, it's usually what I'm going after is rainbows. Sometimes kokanee if my hands are working and I can use my kayak, but being that I can't use my kayak, I can't go kokanee fishing too well. David would like to win himself a pair of redneck planterns for his plants, huh? All right. Get a hook tied on here, and we can get this one tossed back out there. Gotta find a hook first. Rudd, what's going on, man? It is cold out here. It's frosty. Can't hardly cast your lines. Can't hardly keep your hands warm. It is just a wintry kind of day, y'all. Which is fine. I don't mind. I thought about building a fire. I might at some point. I might not. My hands still haven't healed up. They're still going numb like crazy from the surgery. But they said it could take up to a year for my hands to heal. I don't know if they'll ever heal, though. I already am subbed. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that for being subbed. That's always a plus. After I get done tying this hook on and getting some bait on, I'll pay more attention to the comments on the screen. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to get this done and My numbed up hands ain't helping me out none. Kind of. It's more of a nuisance having numbed up hands that are constantly numb. But they're supposed to get better, I hope. All right, finally. Oh, my hands stink. We love you so. Does Jesus? Yep, Jesus loves us for sure. Jesus loves every discriminatory. He loves us all, sinner and saints alike. He loves us all. For sure, for sure. Guys who don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, I think you guys need to find Jesus. Find him, find him, find him before you leave this world. Okay, we're going to show you the different kind of sinker. Oh, excuse me. So show you guys the different kind of weight we're going to use today. It's still going to be a still weight, and it's still going to be about 1/4 of an ounce, but maybe it'll be less hard on the line. And so basically what we're doing is we're going to use a sliding mechanism for a swivel here, and we're still going to use a 1/4 ounce weight like we've been using. But this thing opens up like this. What's up, Blue? Get us a weight out here. See, this one's built a little bit different. It's got a thing on there like that. I don't know if you guys can see. It's got a thing on there like that, so I can clip it to the weight, and it'll slide up on like that. So I'm gonna do it a little bit different way this time. Try to protect our line a little bit better. And I don't know if that's why we're breaking off, but for some reason we're breaking off. And so I'm willing to try something a little bit different just to try to keep from breaking off, you guys. Fishermen have to adapt and overcome and do different things, you guys. All part of fishing. All right, let's get us a power egg on here. Find us a power egg. Come on, power egg, where are you? Sometimes it can be hard to find. Oh, there's a power egg here. Berkeley power egg. What that does is help keep, if you lose your bait, it keeps yourself in the strike zone longer, just in case if the fish decides to swing back around and hit the power eggs after they've taken your dough bait or your power bait. So that's why I put them on there. If I'm using worms, I do that to float the worm up off the bottom. But and plus they smell like garlic, so fish tend to like garlic for some reason. Crawdads like garlic too, though. I had the crawdads eat my power eggs too. So, all right, let's get that corn dough bait, power bait back on there. And we can throw out there and see if we can't get one on the corn power bait. And that's my best rendition of and special, or Stay Fishy Redmond, Oregon special right there. That's what we call a Stay Fishy Redmond, Oregon special. But he only uses one dough bait. We're at Haystack Reservoir. And then I'll get to answering you guys' questions and stuff. So there we go. Let's try this again hopefully without the whoops factor like we did earlier. Woohoo! Whoops that time. Yay! All right, now we got 2 rods out. All right, well, let's kick back, watch them, and read comments. Okay, Boot Lantern was the last place I remember seeing. Fishing for trout. Um, well, Red says, I'm gonna sub. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. Uh, my biggest pike is 45. Wow, that's a nice pike. Woo, 45-inch pike. That's a beautiful fish. Snowman, I wish. I wish. Um, hey. Okay, that's for red. So, Oyster GTSY. Have you seen LBA? I don't know what LBA Live is. Recently. Good luck out there. Thanks, Blue. Amen, says David. Howdy, Blue. Hi there, David. And what lake are you at? Haystack Reservoir. Fishing for some trout. So, anywho, as I said at the beginning of this live stream, you guys didn't see the second trout that broke me off. I had him on for full, probably 20 seconds before he broke me off. He was not happy that he got hooked. I mean, any fish for not being happy being hooked. I wouldn't like a hook being driven into my mouth or into my gullet either. So, hopefully, we're going to get bit today. If not, oh well. At least we had fun. Yeah, trout fishing's fun. They're not my favorite fish to eat, but they are definitely a tasty morsel. Just so happens that they're not my favorite fish to eat. What up, Paul? How you doing? Glad you could join us today. I almost want to reel that cheese dough bait one in and relocate it because I didn't hit the spot I wanted to hit with it, but that's okay. It don't have to be perfect, you guys. What's the biggest fish you guys have caught? What's the biggest trout you've caught? What's the biggest sturgeon, catfish? What's the biggest fish you guys have caught? I want to know. Make sure you guys hit that like, comment, subscribe, and share button, y'all. But let me know, what's the biggest fish you guys have caught? Was it a catfish? Was it a bluegill? Was it a minnow? I want to know. I hope I catch a big fish too. Well, that's kind of where I differ from most fishermen. Is I'm not always after the big fish. I'm just after a fish. It's always nice to hook a big fish, but I've always been the type that's like, ooh, any fish is perfect for me. So I'm more of that type of a fisherman. I know my biggest fish I ever caught was a 12.5-foot sturgeon off the Columbia River. Yeah, them sturgeon, they get pretty big. They get pretty big. My biggest one was a white sturgeon on the Columbia River. Your biggest now is a sturgeon from 6 foot plus, and wow, that's a nice fish right there. That's a nice carp right there, 53 pounds. See, when I went sturgeon fishing for the first time, I had no idea that they got that big. I didn't know they were capable of getting to be the size of a bus. It was crazy. I think the first one I hooked into was like a 3.5 footer. And then later on that day, I hooked into a 12.5 footer. Crazy. That's still a beautiful pike, though. I mean, anytime you catch a 42-inch anything, that's a big fish. I get to go back to work on Monday, so less live streaming for me. Even though my hands still aren't doing very good. I got released to go back to full duty on Monday, which is fine. You know, I don't mind. I do. I just wish my hands were working. Oh, that's in the Netherlands. Wow. They don't. The pike don't get the sturgeon don't get that big. I didn't know you guys had sturgeon over there. Tiny crankbait. Wow, that's always sweet when you catch something on accident. You know, those are sometimes those. Sometimes that's the best way to catch a big fish is by accident. You're fishing for something small, and then all of a sudden, you're reeling in this monster, and you're like, "What did I hook into? Oh no! Hopefully my line don't break." So them fish when you're not fishing for them, is always a nice surprise. Always like 10 foot long, nice. Come on, Blue and David, what's your biggest fish? I want to know. I know you guys are in the chat. I want to know, Blue, what's your biggest? I know you've caught some big browns. What about you, David? Biggest catfish I caught was 20 pounds. I've never caught any catfish bigger than 20 pounds. Of course, I never really did fish for those great big old catfish. We always, when I fish for catfish, I always fish for the eater sizes, which is anywhere between 1 to 10 pounds, in my opinion. Anything bigger than that's just too much. I've caught bass on corn too, fishing for carp, which is crazy because they're more of a predator than a they're a they don't really eat. At least I don't. I assume they don't normally eat plants and fruits and vegetables, but who knows? I've definitely caught bass on corn for sure. I've known people to catch carp on liver, or even on minnows, for that matter. It's always odd when you see a carp caught on a something you don't think of eating, such as a minnow or a piece of chicken liver. 6 foot long. Wow, that's a big catfish. Yeah, Wells catfish. I want to go catch me a Wells catfish so bad. That'd be so cool to catch a Wells catfish. You've never caught a carp yet, huh? Well, if you keep fishing for them, eventually you'll catch one. They feed they feed those fish steroids, huh? That'd be something. Catch a carp all steroided up and a catfish all steroided up. Well, I think over there they don't call them walleye. I think they call them zander, I think. I don't think they call a walleye over there. They call them zanders, I believe. At least all the YouTubers I've seen from over in that area, they catch zanders, and they call them zanders instead of walleye. Oh, freshwater fish are catching release. What the heck? Why don't they want you to eat the fish? That makes no sense at all. That's just I don't like that idea of throwing a of not ever eating a fish, a freshwater fish. That just kind of blows my mind there. That the oh, it's just because of the North Sea. You guys got a lot of fish in the North Sea. What kind of fish are in the North Sea? Might I ask? Since we're talking about the North Sea. Gotcha, gotcha. But freshwater fish taste good though, especially if you get yourself a pike or a catfish or a walleye. Walleyes are delicious by a lot of standards. Stay fishy, what's going on, man? Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna fish or not. I almost didn't fish today. I just kind of I stayed in bed until 11, got out of bed and decided to go fishing. Sea bass, cod, flounder, cool, right on. Mackerel, right on. Those are all good eating fish right there. You guys got snow in Redmond, huh? Nice. How much is a lot of snow, Redmond? Sea trout, nice. What up, Mo? How's it going? How much snow did you get in Redmond there, Stay Fishy? I want to know. That might make it better. Um. Oh yeah. Some perch called Popeyes, huh? Huh. Yeah. Oh, happy day. Since there's a YouTube fisherman out, huh? Oh, happy day. Sorry, I had to sing it. My bad. Yeah, our perch don't get that big out here in the States. Our perch, they probably, I think the biggest they get is like maybe 12, 13 inches long, I think. I think you guys got a different breed of perch over there, but they look very similar to the perch we got here, but I think they are slightly different though. I think they are different. Yeah, I've never caught in an actual what they call perch. All the perch I've caught are like bluegill, cracker, red breast. Even though they're technically not a perch, but that's what we grew up calling them was a perch instead of a bluegill or whatever. 24-inch perch. Wow, that's a giant. That is an absolute giant of a perch. The biggest sunfish I've caught was probably about a pound. I've caught a couple of them that go about a pound a piece. Yep, that's the Fred Rock. That's the Fred Rock. I decided to start off over here today instead of over in my normal spot. I figured if I didn't build a fire, I could always move over if I wanted to. I thought about building a fire, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Said hi, crazy fishing. What's up? Do 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 do. Make sure you guys hit that like, comment, subscribe, and share. Mo, I already know you did, so hit that. I already shared, and I'll be like, yeah, go Mo, go Mo, go Mo. Share with the people. Share with the people. Yep, that's Fred the Rock. Got some ice on it too. My beard is freezing up again today, so I'll be having icicles the rest of the day on my beard, you guys. Come on, Mo. I need you to say, I shared. Oh, yeah. I shared. Oh, yeah. Come on, Mo. You can say it because I know you shared. That's one thing we can always guarantee when Mo shows up, is she's always going to share our content with other folks. Always. Beautiful day to be fishing. It's windy, it's cold, it's icy. It's everything I dream about when fishing. You guys, most people dream of those bluebird sky days for fishing. Me, give me a little cold day and I'm happy. I like it better than fishing in the heat, that's for sure. Negative 57, yeah. That's kind of extremely negative weather right there. Yeah, it's definitely cold here. But, I mean, when you're a content creator and you put it out regularly like I do, it's hard to take any days off when you got to get the chance to take them. Because we're hibernate. we're, as content creators, we're trying to make a name for ourselves. We're not all trying to make big money, big dollars, but we're all trying to make a name for ourselves. We want people to know that, this guy's out there fishing and he's doing everything he can to catch a fish, even if he's not catching a fish. So it can be hard to be a content creator when you're not catching fish. But every fisherman's been there. Every fisherman's done it. So for people to, when those people who come on and say, have you caught any fish yet? Nothing wrong with that. But when you get those people who come on and say, you never catch any fish, that's like, okay, well, you haven't seen all my 900 and something videos then. Because there's plenty of days where I catch a lot of fish. Some days less. It's like even this time of year, there's some days where we come out here and we catch 12, 13 fish, in a day. Yeah, I agree with you, Mo. The cold factor is part of the factor in not catching fish. But it's also sometimes not the factor, Sometimes it's just we're using the wrong bait or they're just not in the area. Or we're just hitting the same spot too many times. And that can cause the fishing pressure to cause the fish not to bite as well. Because I honestly feel like that's what's happened here at Haystack. A day like today, anywho, I'm trying to figure out what I was at. We've caught so many fish in this area, and we've fed them the same bait so many times that they get wise to what we're doing, and sometimes that's that's what's causing us not to get as many fish. So kind of the way it goes. Come on, Bruce is right. Come on, Bruce. Like yesterday, I had four bites and I broke off two fish. I broke off two fish yesterday. Incredibly dumb of me, but I did it. And in the first cast of the day, I broke off on the cast. El Veto Fishing, what's going on? What's going on? Glad you could join us today. It's crazy looking at that line out there because it's yellow and it's got ice on it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but if you look out there, there's ice on that braid right there. You see that ice? That's how cold it is, you guys. The ice on the braid. That is just too crazy, guys. Now that's what you call fishing when it's cold out. If that don't give me a like, I don't know what will. But I mean, that just tells you to the truth that um, true length to catch a fish for you guys. And it don't have to be great weather. It can be nasty like this. There's been many days when I was out there fishing in the snow, fishing in the rain, fishing when everybody else wants to be at home sleeping. Or what up, fishing with Papa? What's going on? Glad you could join us. Not much. I'm glad you're live. I appreciate you stopping in. Danny, what's going on? You got to get at least 50 subs to go live. Got to get at least 50. Which is crazy. I still have ice on my break from yesterday, yeah. Uh, Beautiful day to be fishing, though, you guys. Yeah, I mean it's ice on the rods, just from sitting out there, I zoomed in on that line and it's got ice on it. You want to talk about a cold day fishing, but well worth it. Well worth trying to catch a fish for you guys. Whitney, what's going on? Might have to go to the bass pond. Oh yeah, you guys got bass pond where you at? That'd be sweet if we had more ponds around here. That would be cool because we could go fish those ponds in the dead of winter and still catch bass. Because if you can slow it down enough, you can catch bass all year. All year. We could do that too, yeah. We definitely could do that. One of the spots I used to fish as a kid growing up in Missouri, they had a warm water discharge, and so it'd keep the water warm all year round, and so you could catch fish out of that body of water all year round. And then they took the warm water discharge out of it, and so now in the wintertime it's just like fishing every other cold body of water in Missouri. And the fish can be good, it can be bad at this time of year there. So My when I was back in Missouri last month or the month before, November, I was hoping that the fish were going to be biting good, and then I got back there and they told me, oh, they took the warm water discharge out of well, they took the basically what happened was the power plant used water to cool down their systems, and basically what would happen is they'd pump it back out and into the lake or the river, and it would cause a warm water discharge, so it would warm up the whole river or the whole lake. And so you got that warm water discharge would cause the fish to bite all year. Now, now they don't have that warm water discharge at that body of water anymore, and makes it a whole lot harder to catch a fish out of there. They don't have any stripers there. The warm water discharge was. They had white bass, largemouth, walleye, gar, paddlefish, carp, bluegills, stuff like that. It would have been nice to. They do have places in Missouri where they got striped bass, but where I was located at in Missouri, we didn't have the striped bass population like some of them. Now 7. So tomorrow I will be doing a different body of water. Tomorrow I won't be here. Yeah, there's a lot of places I got to go fishing here in the state of Oregon yet. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought about going fishing yesterday for today, and I got up this morning and I just stayed in bed. I was like, you know what, I'll be there if I do decide to go fishing. So I had some stuff to do in town away from where I live, and I should have had it done days ago. But I just kept forgetting to grab the paperwork to give to my boss, saying I'd be able to go back to work full time on Monday. So I figured, well, being that I got to take that in and drop it off today so that I can come to work on Monday, I thought I might as well just go ahead and come out here because it's only like another 10 minutes away from where I had to drop my paperwork off. So here I am. I should be alive by about 8, probably, maybe 9 latest. So, and I'll probably try to go live twice tomorrow because on Saturdays I generally try to go live in the morning and live in the afternoon. So I'll usually live stream for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in the morning, and then maybe an hour in the afternoon. So the afternoon lives usually do worse than the morning ones because everybody's probably out doing their own thing by the afternoon live stream. So tomorrow is supposed to be a sunny day, bluebird sky day tomorrow, but they said it's supposed to be sunny right now, but I don't see a hint of the sun anywheres, guys. Do you see a hint of the sun anywheres? I don't see it at all. You don't know? Ah, what's going on? Glad you could stop in and say hi. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tomorrow I should be at either Ocho Reservoir or Prineville Reservoir tomorrow. Of course, if my hands were healed up and stuff, and I was able to drag my kayak out, I'd probably be fishing for kokanee tomorrow off my kayak. But it's gonna be a while before I do any of that kayaking, unless I have somebody else, help me with it. It's just too much work for just me. Just too much work for me right now. And I'm not gonna bug people to come help me out with my kayak. If I can't handle it by myself, I just won't take it out. Yeah, we don't have any snow here, Fishy. We just got a lot of frost. A lot of frost. How much snow did you get there, Stay Fishy? In Redmond. You say you got a lot. How much is a lot? 5 inches, 12 inches, 2 inches, 10 inches? Whew, I'm about ready to roll in that cheese dough bait one or power bait and throw it out in another spot because I didn't hit the spot I wanted to with it when I casted it out. But Stay Fishy always catches fish out of that hole I hit though. I just ain't never had no luck in that hole. Another one who's had luck in that hole is Alex, where I cast it into. But me, I've never had any luck in that one. Come on, Fishy. It's right. I'm gonna be here till probably about 3, probably, I guess. It's kind of a short day for me, not as long of a fishing day. Well, we've already been on here almost an hour. Crazy. I didn't think we was there that long. I've never used any of the Potski power bait. I probably should though. I use a lot of Potski stuff though. I use Potski jigs, Potski trout jigs, 322 there, huh? It's only 123 here. So it's it sounds like you're 2 hours behind us, or in front of us, I mean. Lipstick or no, not fishies? Andrew, I keep asking you, how much snow did you get? Buddy, I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, I mean, uh, Potski power bait is real power bait. I mean, they just, made by a different company other than Berkeley. So it's still the same thing. 1 inch for now, huh? New Zealand time, wow. It's Friday here, yep, Friday. But yeah, it's basically the same stuff. It's just made by a different company, is all. So if you check out a lot of the Berkeley like plastics and stuff, they'll call them like power bait, even though they're soft plastics and stuff like that. It's just their formula. Just frozen there, huh? Yeah, they do. They got some really nice stuff. I agree with you. Potski does make some really nice things. I like their like eggs, their Potski fire eggs, their fireworms. I'll show you. I got some of these. See, whoops. See, I got some Potski fire tubes right there. Let's see here. I know I put them in here. Let me put those for you guys. I want to show you guys. I know I put them in here. Here we go. Fireworms work really nice for trout fishing. So yeah, Potski makes some really good stuff. Sure, they are definitely one of those baits to where I have confidence in them. It's in them for sure. Since you were 5 years old, huh? Nice. All right, Matthew, be safe out there. Boulder Outdoor, what's going on? Outdoors with Skeeter, what's going on, Skeeter? Glad you guys could join us today. I'm going to give that Posky another 3, or not Posky, but that cheese is another 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna relocate it. Yeah, I've caught plenty of fish on the Posky fire eggs. I've caught plenty of fish on the Posky fireworms, or the Posky tubes. I've had a lot of. I don't know, stay fishy, man. I've caught fish on all the Posky stuff I've ever thrown. So maybe it's just luck of the draw for me. That's why I'm catching. That's why I've caught fish on them. See, like I'm gonna probably pull out my yellow fireworms too, and then we're gonna throw the yellow fireworm against the pink fireworm. I think at some probably today because I don't have the yellow ones on me, but I gotta pull them out and out of my other stuff, and then I'll take and I'll put them up against each other, pink versus the yellow. Normally I throw them underneath the float. I do throw them off the bottoms once in a while, and it works that way too. It just depends on how you like your fireworms, I guess. So I might even pit the fireworms up against power bait at some point. You never know with me. Got half a minute, and then we're gonna relocate that dough, that cheese bait. It would be a good. I agree with you. For a snowstorm, huh? All right, we're gonna reel it in, and I want to put it in a different location. Probably have to rebait because we're reeling in. Usually when you start reeling, it comes off. Oh, nope, it's still on there. It stayed on this time. All right, you guys, let's get it back out there. Relocate it. All right, new location.